These excerpts, Terry, on Scheherazade, you asked for the recitative lento. The beginning of the solo here, it's marked espressivo, so you imagine that it's very expressive. And if you're familiar with Scheherazade, the Suite Symphonique, Rimsky-Korsakov, you have the tale of 1001 Nights. And if you ever research the story, it's a pretty cool story, and it's very explanatory in the music, because Rimsky-Korsakov portrays a lot of the types of style playing. So we're going to go through the first excerpt of the solo violin. I'm going to actually grab an E. As you can see, the violin I have is a Guarneri del Gesu, 1732, and it's a very, very, very fancy fiddle. And I'm going to go ahead and play through the first excerpt for you, and I'm going to try with no mistake. As you can see, that was the first excerpt there. For fingerings that I gave you, I'm just going to go over them. It's nothing fancy. They're all in position. And I could also send you a copy of the music that I'm using here. But that's the first excerpt of the solo. And at the last, before the key change with the 6/4, I use a 1 on the A, shift 1 on the C, and then 2 on an E, and then a 4 on the G, a 3 on the F sharp, and then slide down to the 3 on the E, and then do a nice portamento into the E on a 2, and that should do really well. The second excerpt is at C, the solo, and it's a very playful thing, and it's a very cool. Again, I can send you bowings. These are the exact same bowings that Joey Silverstein used in the early 1990s with Utah Symphony when he played the solo with Utah Symphony. So I'm just going to go through the solo here, and it's. Etc., etc. And that's that one there. I don't know what fingerings you guys are using, but I usually start in third position on the F. You stay in position on the third position there, and then right as you get down to the C sharp, switch down to a 2. And then switch to third position again on the E, and that should help you a lot on those excerpts there. And then at G, it's actually the same thing. Again, it's the same excerpt, but in a fourth higher. So it's going to be. Etc., etc. One thing that I'd like to know about the dee-yum ba-la-dee-la-dee. Those, etc. If you look at D again, and then you have the same thing at H. If you look at those, the intervallic relationships between distances of the notes are the same. So basically they're on the same position of the scale, but in different intervals. So at D you have a major third to the B, a minor third, a major 4, a minor second again, another minor second. And then if you look at H, you have. So basically they're the same position on the scale, but in different different positions, and basically you have to keep your fingers the same distance because they're the same no matter what. And you might want to also go through the piece and find those through the piece and note those and make sure that you have that they're the same. So these are going to be excerpt 1 closed.